What would happen if the world ended in 7 days? Imagine the scenario. A meteor is about to strike, the world's nuclear weapons are going to be launched, or maybe even the sun is going to explode. All of these could mean the end of the world as we know it. But what if we got some warning that it was about to happen? What would happen if we all got a week's notice that the world was going to end? That's what we're going to explore today. What would happen if the world ended in 7 days? Before we look at this, a quick reminder to give this video a thumbs up if you're enjoying it, and also to subscribe to Brain Impact for more videos just like this one. But now, back to the apocalypse. First off, it's difficult to find a scenario where the world would end in a week. This is because the end of the planet is likely to be instantaneous, or otherwise we would have fair warning to do something about it. For example, the sun will balloon into a red giant and engulf our planet as well as Mercury and Venus, but this isn't due to happen for another 5 billion years. If we looked at a nuclear holocaust, the chances are that this scenario would play out in a few hours, as all the world's nuclear weapons, totaling around 4,000, would be detonated at the same time. Either this or a nuclear war could play out for months or maybe years as portions of the planet became scorched by fallout. In both of these nightmarish visions, the planet is likely to survive. It's just life and the surface that would struggle to live on. This leaves us with other threats from space that would have the potential to destroy our planet. There's always the chance of a black hole engulfing us or a supernova emitting the kind of energy that would wipe out Earth altogether. But with these and other intergalactic scenarios, they are highly unlikely, and as we're watching the skies constantly, we would have plenty of warning that these were about to happen. So let's suspend our disbelief for the purposes of this topic and imagine having a Bond villain or Independence Day style plot afoot where we have a short, fixed time scale in which to live out our final moments. This is of course assuming that we would know that our end is nigh. Such information would be held as highly classified with government agencies before the mass populace knew about it. They could choose to keep it to themselves or use the knowledge to form a plan to avoid the apocalypse. The chances are that there'd be little they could do if our destruction was nigh, so have nothing to lose if they decide to make the news public. Or would they? If the planet learned of their dark fate, this is likely to bring out the very best and very worst in people. There are several examples when crisis hits where people either pull together for society or attempt to pull it apart. You only have to look at the COVID-19 pandemic to see that in action, where some people have been attempting to heal society back to health. Others have been attempting to disrupt the very fabric of Western civilization. So if we knew the end wasn't very far away, expect society to split off in two directions. Those that would want to spend time with their friends and families in places of significance, and those that would resort to law-breaking, as laws at this point would be on the brink and have no significance. Looting, violent crime, and even murder are likely to become widespread as the fabric of society becomes torn. There would be some that would try to avoid all this, however. Government space agencies like NASA and private agencies like Elon Musk's SpaceX and Jeff Bezos's Blue Origin would no doubt attempt a last-ditch launch into space, but as it stands, with a lack of new home and limited resources, they're not likely to get very far. Alternatively, those left on Earth may try to go the opposite direction and go underground to avoid the destruction that would be felt by Earth's surface first. There are plenty of bunkers built all over the world, most of which were as a mitigation from threats during the Cold War. All of these could be repurposed as shelter for doomsday scenarios that wouldn't penetrate the entire Earth but just the land on top of our crust. For the rest of us not in space or deep underground, we'd likely have a lack of options. As mass panic becomes widespread, infrastructure that planes, trains, and automobiles rely on would be rendered useless. So we'd have to stay local to see out our last days on Earth. Hopefully by then the inevitable chaos caused by population of billions all panicking at once would have subsided, and there'd be some calm in the final few hours before we suffered our fate. However, that might be wishful thinking, and there's a big chance that humanity may have already caused a large portion of our destruction before the external influence had even had a chance to seal the deal for us. It's a hard question to answer, but if the world were to end in 7 days, then you can expect government secrets, a breakdown in society, as well as a last-ditch attempt to save ourselves. What would you do if you knew you only had 7 days left on Earth? Let us know in the comments box, and please like this video if you've enjoyed it. If you want to see more videos like this one, then subscribe to Brain Impact for more. Thanks for watching.